Welcome back, everybody. It's Rama from Junk Journal Divas. Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. It is Sari time. Oh my goodness, sequins all over the place in my house. But look at these beauties. So I can't wait to show you. We're going to take a look at one, and I want to say the first, I'm not sure how many people yet, maybe like 8 people or something to order. I've got a bunch of these just gorgeous pieces that are either from my personal stash, or like this one is just a really pretty piece that it was cut up from one of the saris in here, but I didn't have enough to like really put into the bundles. So I decided what I'm going to do is the first couple of orders I get, you get some of these goodies. Then this one is kind of little, but I absolutely love it. How pretty is that? And then I had to grab, this is the same but a little bit bigger. Then I have these huge ones. This is a border. This is like that other one that I showed, except pink. And then some of them, like look at this, guys. Now this I haven't cut up yet because I need to secure the back, because you can see all those little threads, and I want to make sure that the beads and stuff don't come out. So if you can see here, I mean, we've got the threads all around these borders here. This is all beads going around, and then there's beads here. I mean, just so much work done here. So beautiful, right? So I can cut this in 2 pieces after I secure that back, because we want to keep all those pieces intact. And you guys, just so you know, these bundles have literally like tripled in size. And I'm not joking when I say that. Looking at my first bundle to where I am now, they keep growing and getting bigger. So they're heavier, they're just chunkier. I'm thinking about bumping them from 28 to 32, or just a couple of dollars. I try to keep them very affordable for, you know, for what you're getting here, because this is a lot. I haven't really seen anything like this as far as, you know, such a huge bundle for this price. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this up. And I used a piece of, this is a piece of one of the saris that I cut up that is embroidered. So I'm going to just put the tie aside here. Okay, so I'm going to start like I usually do. I'm going to start here and kind of flip it. And let's get out my handy dandy. Let me see, where do I want to put this? I'll put it over here. Okay, so first I've got this pretty one, and I even love this I even love this fabric here. Pretty, that pink. And this is a big chunk with all those sequins. That's a pretty big embellishment piece. It's like 4 inches going across. Then I have these embroidered pieces. So this, if you can see, we've got beads here, and then the gold embroidery, like 4 by 5-ish, just to give an idea. And then this one with it, just got those little flower pieces that you can, you know, cut and kind of combine together. And this is just a piece of that polka dot fabric. I just love this. Loved it, loved it. Just a little square of that. This is the border of that really beautiful one that I showed that I need to cut up. It's about 8 inches. And I know you can't see in the camera very well, so I'm pointing it out. There's little beads here and all around the perimeter of everything. All around here, beads, and then all around the flower, and then down here. So if you would want to cut this up, just go on the back here, and I would put just a little bit of glue where you want to cut it, just to kind of hold that into place. If you're going to glue it onto something, you could even put some double-sided sticky tape here. I do that a lot. And then when you use it, you can just peel off the back and, you know, add a little glue to put it on your project. So that beautiful piece. Then another big border here. I loved this one also. I've had some of these where I actually cut it down. So, you know, you could cut that purple out. That could be 2 or more strands that you use on something. And we've got the orange with the flowers here. These are pieces from those things, the ones that I showed in the beginning. This is the border of that, and then a little piece here, the flower. So this can kind of match together. A little pink border with flowers. And then this is like a turquoise color that's gold and red thread in there. This was a beautiful one too. And then I love this color. It's so pretty. It's sort of like greenish turquoise-ish. And this one with the flowers. So these are great because you can use that whole thing, or you could use little pieces. And then bigger flowers that match. And a border. Then we've got the pink with the sequins. I've had one like this before. Like I said, some of them are ones that I got again because people liked them. So this one with the larger flowers, and then get this border piece. And I have the blue, and that's got the sequins on it. So stuff like this, I like getting these because it's got all those little pieces and they're just so perfect to cut out and use to embellish things. And then here, this is great also because you have these 2 edges and then all these little matching flowers. And then this I got because it was just unique, the colors. So it's silver and gold. And it doesn't have much going on, but it's pretty. So there's 2 of these. There's another one here. And this was the border of it. So you can see that gold thread that's in there. And I don't know what it is with pink and orange. I love it. So this big long chunk of this. So it's like 13 or 14 inches. It's got the sequins in it there. This is another one that I've had before, the pink with all the sequins. And then another piece that's from the same sari, different cut. This one is the border. This is similar to other ones that I've had, but it's a new design. How fun is that? You guys know, if you watch my channel, I have a thing with circles. And I just love this one. It looks like little flowers there. And then this is the border. And then pink and blue. This is a chunk from the center. Another piece from the center here. And then here we have the border. And this one I loved, but it was not very big. Sometimes they're really long, they're really big, so you get a lot of the border, but this one was not. So just one piece of this with those paisleys and the border. I thought the yellow and purple was pretty unique though. Then we have this one. I love blue color. This is a cut from that same sari with some different colors in there. And then a piece of the border. Then we have some pinks. Some more of a bright pink here. And this is a chunk of the border. And this kind of matches it, the embroidered work there. And then this is just from the center of that purple and lavender one. You can see that kind of iridescent thread that goes through there. It's just really pretty. And since this is really little and kind of delicate, I put 2 pieces of that in there. And then I've got this one, some pinks that almost looks like hearts. Then I have the yellow with those paisleys, and there's two of these. So I wanted to make sure you get all the colors. Like this one, there's pink. And then these are these orange ones, like a pale orange. And this strip. And the border piece. So this is from that really pretty one that I showed in the beginning that I said I was going to put in for the first couple of orders. This is just a piece of the border from that. It's 10 inches. Another pretty one. Border there. Lots of embroidery. Another orange. This one's also one that I had before, the yellow and pink. And then a couple of little snippet pieces here. I love using these circles on things. Another piece here. Okay, and then I kind of squeeze these in the middle here. We've got some red, green, and this black one. I thought I was going to pull them out and do a holiday bundle, but I just put them in here. So we've got, this is the border. And this is the one that I don't know if you can see that little bit that's left here. It's like turquoise. This was just such a beautiful sari. I loved the colors. Okay, and then the centerpiece, this is big. That's like 10 inches, but the flower, so you can see here, is maybe like 3 to 4 inches, so you get an idea. And another border there. And then we get this one, border piece, that color. Okay, and then getting to the black one, and I kind of put it under here because it just stuck out like a sore thumb if it's poking out of the bundle, and I'm like, oh, it was driving me crazy, so I had to hide it underneath. But this is the border of this one. So this you could use, you know, for your holiday things. I mean, this could be Halloween, but that would be a really fancy Halloween. But that's like 6 inches. And then you can see it just gets really long here. So you can see this whole thing all together is like maybe 13, 14 inches. So I've got this kind of folded and squeezed in the middle there. Okay, back to our colorful ones. We've got some yellow border with some extra flowers there. And then this one was 2 different colors. So you can see there's 2 colors here. It's kind of unique. The sequins they put, they're larger and they're upside down, the way they put those. And then sequins around the flower. Got the tan one with the purple. And then another border. And this one, there's 2 big chunks that are here. So it's like 5.5. Just so you get an idea of the size of this one. And then there's a square with these 2 guys that match. Look, my pile's like falling over. Okay, guys, and then these are 2 pieces of what I showed you that I'm going to do for the first couple of orders. But this is a piece and a piece of this one. And then this one, I just put a large square. I had to get this because I love polka dots and I just really loved this fabric. And you guys, when you order, this actually had a border around it that looks like this. It'd be great for Halloween. When you place your order, let me know if you want a chunk of that stuff, because I have a lot of it. I didn't put it in with the bundles because black fuzzy stuff in with all this pretty color, I just couldn't do it. And then got a piece of yellow. Now this is just a piece just like the tie that I put around the bundle with the embroidery. These are just random pieces that match that pink, the pink one in the beginning that I was talking about, making sure you secure the back before you cut. So there's a big chunk of this in there. Let's see, I don't know, that's maybe like 11 by 7-ish, big enough that, you know, you can cut different pieces out and get some pieces to go onto a project. And then this is the last piece that I have, the green one. Again, lots that you can do with this. Maybe going around the spine, look pretty like that. But you could get, you know, the two strips here and then these pieces in the middle. Like that would be a piece, a piece, a piece. So we've got this one. And again, if you do cut it, I would just open up this back and make sure it's secured where it is sewn together there. Woo! So there you go, guys. So there you go. There's the new bundles. And this will be it for a little while. I might do something for holiday, but it's just going to be little snippet packs. I'm not going to be doing bundles like this. Okay, my friends, so now I'm going to show you the all the different sari ribbons that I have. I've got a lot in my shop. So first of all, I had these before and they did really well. They're really pretty. So I reordered some more, and these are, it's 5 yards in here. They're approximately, they're like 1 to 2 inches in width, these ribbons. But you can see they all have this embroidery. Well, let me get some out here. I draped it around my arm so I can show. But here you see like this one has sequins. We have some, this one's upside down. Let me flip it so you can see the design there. And you can see also they're different widths, so that's why I put, it's like 1 to 2 inches. That one's like 2 inches. Here there's one with the embroidery and sequins. So you get the idea. Here's one that has flowers on it. So they are white ribbon with these metallic like gold, silver. Some of them have those little tiny mirrors on them, and just really pretty and elegant. These would be great to use as ties on your journals, I think. So there's 5 pieces in here, and each one is approximately a yard. Okay, so I have a bunch of these. And then we have the zari ribbons. Now, I personally love the zari. So zari is, see these gold threads? So that is, zari is that thread, the gold thread that goes through here. And we've got navy, green, pink, purple. We've got, look at that pretty blue with sequins. So like, for example, this is one bundle. Okay, let's pull out another bundle here. Light blue, got another dark blue. And you guys, they all, the ribbons have to go, you know, the right way so you can see. The green and red, that would be great for our holiday. We've got a purple here. There's an orange, red, blue. This one looks like a burgundy. More of that blue. So this is one bundle. And let's look at this one. So you see the colors, like they just really vary. And this is one big long strand. It's 10 yards, and I just kind of wrapped it around and tied it here. We've got this green, purple, that pink, another pink, like hot pink. There's a yellow in there, purple. Over here we've got some greens, and we've got this peachy orangish color. Look at this one, yellow, green, that blue. Got those two shades of green. So I just wanted to give you an example here. And like I said, if you place an order for these, for the Zari silk, just let me know if there is a color that you would like or that you definitely don't like. Okay. I also have these little bundles. So these have 9 colors in here. It's like an orange, purple, blue, red, burgundy, turquoise, green, yellow, and like a fuchsia color. And so, and each one of these is 2 yards. So that's 18 yards in the little bundle here. And then these are new. I had to get some of these because they are so pretty. So each one of these comes, it's 10 yards. We've got brown. This is like a beige. We've got like a peachy. This I would call like mauve maybe. And what I really like, you know, like I said, they're sort of like matching in those tones, but they're also different fabrics. So you've got like different textures in there also. So like this is kind of like the chiffon as opposed to like this one, you know, that holds that crinkly shape. Okay, so we've got the neutrals. Let's do this one, the pink and orange. How fun is this? Pinks over here, there's kind of like a pale, like a ballet pink, I guess I would call that. Almost like a peach, orange, different shades of orange that we've got there. And then, let's see, our pinks and more of that kind of ballet pink here. Okay, so that's the pink and orange. And then my favorite colors, of course, we've got the blue. And this one includes some, if you can see the gold pieces at the bottom here. So this one goes from, it's almost like a baby blue to this deeper blue. This is almost kind of like a greenish blue. We've got turquoise, and then this one that's kind of like a sea foam, and we've got turquoise, and then almost like a slate gray blue. Okay, so this is the blue. And then I have 2 that are kind of purples. I'm calling this one lavender. So it's all kind of purples and pinks. This one I'm going to call purple, and it has this burgundy color mixed in with it. Okay, so but besides that, everything else besides that burgundy is pretty much the same. So this is like a chiffon on the end here, and then this one almost has an iridescent look to it. This a little bit of that gray that's like a purplish gray. This is like a chiffon ribbon. Definitely purple lavender there. So you get an idea. Okay, so that one is lavender. And then the last one I'm calling purple. Okay, so again, it's all those same shades that I had in the other one. Got those burgundy strands in there. Okay, so again, this one will be purple. So here's a look at some of the new stuff that I have in my shop. My shop link is always in the video description. And don't forget the first 8 people to place an order for the sari bundles. I have those extra pieces that will be in your order. Thank you so much for supporting my little shop and watching.